Hello, and how is everybody doing today? My name is Cosmic Miner, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase. So, today we are going to be reviewing the Ender Zoo mod. So basically, this mod adds in 8 different mobs, a few new items, and 3 different variations of TNT. So basically, first thing we're going to go over are the mobs. Okay, so the first mob we have right here is called the Ender Mini. Now, the Ender Mini is exactly what it looks like. It is actually just a miniature Enderman. So it can do everything an Enderman does. It can teleport if you attack it, and also, it won't actually be hostile until you attack it. So let's go over here and actually attack this thing and try to fight it in survival mode. So as you can see, that's why we have all this gear here. Okay, so let's go into survival mode. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'm doing everything wrong. Game mode 0. Okay, so let's spawn the Ender Mini. And as I said, the Ender Mini will not become hostile until you attack it. So, a little more facts. As you can see, it has 18 health. And so, yeah, let's attack it. And I believe, without any armor on, it will do 2.5 hearts. And it should not do much with my full diamond armor. So, let's go. So let's punch it. Now, as you can see, like an Enderman also, once it gets, hostile, its mouth will hang open, and it will make screeching noises. So, let's see if we can defeat this thing. Should be pretty easy. So, yeah. And as you can see, it actually drops 2 things. It's actually pretty rare that we got both drops. We got the Ender Fragment and the Ender Pearl. So, let's hop back into creative mode real quick. And so, yeah. The Ender Mini will actually pretty much very commonly drop Ender Pearls, and will actually quite rarely drop Ender Fragments, so I guess we got lucky that time. Okay, so the next mob we have right here is called the Concussion Creeper. Now, the Concussion Creeper is much like any other creeper, basically, as in, it's hostile, just right off the bat, it will try to kill you. But there's kind of a catch to it. It does explode, but okay, here's the thing. So let's get an egg, and let's go over here actually, and hop into survival mode once more, and show you what this thing can do. So again, like the Ender Mini, this creeper has 18 health. So as you can see, once it blows up, let's let it do that. I didn't actually take any health, but what it did do, it teleported me a few blocks away and gave me nausea for a few seconds. So, yeah, that's what the Concussion Creeper does. And if you do manage to kill one of them, it will drop Ender Fragments, Gunpowder, and or Confusing Powder. Now, I'm not exactly sure on the percentage of drops of any of these mobs. I just know what it... Okay, I'm still in creative mode. That was almost really bad. So as I was saying, I just know what it can drop. Okay, so here we are with the third mob. The third mob is called the Fallen Knight, and as you can see, the Fallen Knight can actually spawn in one of 2 ways. It can either have a sword or it can have a bow. So, basically, most of the time, you will actually see these things riding on the back of fallen steeds. Sometimes the fallen steeds can have horse armor, but as you can see, in this instance, it does not. So, the fallen knights themselves have 18 health, and the fallen steeds by themselves actually have 26 health. So, if we get a fallen knight egg, actually, how it will spawn, let's just turn it to day real quickly. Actually, no, we need it night. Sorry, that was my mistake, since these things actually burn in the daytime. So, let me just take care of this regular zombie real quick. So if we spawn the Fallen Knight, it will most likely spawn with it riding on the back of a fallen steed, as we can see there. So, if I hop into survival mode real quick, let's just do this. You can see that it will chase me quite fast. Now, without any armor, this thing does 2.5 hearts of damage, and it is also automatically hostile towards you. Now, basically, the most efficient way I found to kill these things is to kill the horse first, and then take care of the Fallen Knight itself. So, now let's take a look at some of the things it can drop. So let's take care of this zombie first. So, okay, let's actually just jump back into creative mode again. Okay, and we can actually switch it to day now. Okay, so some of the things that the Fallen Knight can drop are rotten flesh and bones. Those are the two most likely things that the Fallen Knight can drop. It can also rarely drop pretty much anything that it is holding. So an iron sword, any of its armor, and bows, and again, stone sword. But, as you can see, the archer is actually holding a special bow, which is called the Guardian's Bow, which is actually the bow I have here. Now the thing is that's different about the Guardian Bow. As you can see, a regular bow will do, let's find a good example here, I found will do around 12 hearts of damage. Actually, no, around 10. So, yeah, 8 to 10. So as you can see, we can kill these cows in about 2 hits. But the Guardian's Bow usually does around 12, so it will kill stuff like these cows in 1 shot. So it is just a little bit stronger than the regular bow. And again, that is dropped by the Fallen Knights. Now, the Fallen Steeds are quite similar, except pretty much they only drop rotten flesh. Now, we actually haven't gotten a chance to look at the Fallen Steeds themselves, because you can actually get into a fight with just them. So, if we grab an egg and run over here, you can see that if I hop into survival mode, it is burning, and it will actually chase you, and do a good bit of damage. I believe it does the same thing. Actually, no, it does a little bit less. The zombie horse, or not zombie horse, but the Fallen Steed, if you have no armor, will deal about 1 to 1.5 hearts of damage. Okay, so the next mob we have right here is actually something called the Wither Witch. Now, the Wither Witch has 26 HP, so it actually has a good bit more than all the other ones. And it is hostile, and it also has, it's very similar to the normal witch in many ways, as in, it has a lot of attacks, and it uses potions to attack you. But the thing is, it does something that I'm pretty sure a normal witch cannot do. And that thing is, it will probably do it now, it can actually, okay, let's see if she'll do it. It can actually wither you. As you can see, it did just then. So, it is very tough and a lot different, like that. Also, I'm not sure how many hearts a normal witch has, but I'm pretty sure that this has a little bit more. So, if we kill it, it will actually drop a Guardian's Bow. I didn't actually know that it could drop a Guardian's Bow. Okay, so it could drop a Guardian's Bow, a potion of regen, a potion of healing, and let's just heal myself up here real quick, and just go back into creative. So some of its other drops will actually be, as you can see here, it can drop a potion of decay, which is wither, a potion of regeneration, a potion of healing, and withering dust. Now, you may have noticed some of the things like withering dust and some of the other dust that we found over there. All these are basically used to make the TNTs that we will go over in just a little bit here. Okay, so now we have a little mob that is called the Wither Cat. Now, the thing about the Wither Cat is that it has 10 HP, and it basically looks pretty normal from any other cat. So let's just get a spawn egg and go over here. And let's spawn it. And now it is hostile, but it's not hostile right off the bat. You have to deal damage. But something kinda unique happens whenever it becomes hostile. If you punch it, and it becomes hostile, it actually grows and becomes really fast. And as you can see, you get these basically red stripes. So that was kind of quick. Let's see if we can do that again. So here we have just a regular cat. And let's actually get into survival for this one. Now, before I do this, it will deal 2.5 hearts of damage if you don't have any armor on. So let's do that, and it grows quite fast, and it is a very fast creature. And it gets red eyes and red stripes on its back. And it's quite intimidating because of its quick speed. So yeah, that's pretty much the Wither Cat. Okay, so the next mob we have here, you may have actually been hearing, because this is the Direwolf. This is the thing that's been howling and growling through this whole mod showcase. So basically, the Direwolf has 18 HP and is hostile if you are in survival mode. So let's actually get rid of the Wither Cat and go and battle the Direwolf real quick. Now, these things will usually spawn in packs of more than one. As you could hear there, that is actually the Direwolf howling. Not sure why it's doing it so much, that's kind of strange. But yeah, that is the Direwolf howling. So now, if you place it down, this also looks like a normal wolf, except I think it has red eyes, and I'm not sure if normal wolves have red eyes that are like that. So, let's get into creative. Actually, let's get out of creative mode. And actually, let's get into survival mode. If you get near it, it will do 2.5 hearts of damage. Pretty quickly, like that. Okay, gosh, that kind of jump scared me a little bit. And I'm in a hole. Well, this is going well. So, okay, I think I killed it. Let's actually hop back into creative mode for this. So, yeah, that is the Direwolf. So, as you can see, it can actually be quite devastating, because you can see how fast it is, and that they actually do spawn in big packs. Now, another thing about this mod that I'm not sure about is where all these mobs spawn. Basically, what biome they spawn in and what time of the day. Because the website I was on didn't really clear that up. So, yeah, let's go on to the final mob. Okay, so, now we're back with the last and final mob, which is called the Kendrell Kite. Kendrell Kite? I'm not exactly sure how that is pronounced, but basically, as you can see, it is a little dirt block slime-like thing. So these things act exactly like slimes, well, almost, because basically they can spawn in a few different sizes, and basically this is the small, and then there's a medium and a large. So, and as you can see, when you battle it, it will drop clay. So now I already have the spawn egg in my inventory, so we can actually go over here and let's battle it, and we can fight it in, I'm hoping to get its 3 different sizes. So, okay, looks like we're starting out with the middle size, which has 6 health, and if we go into a survival, it will actually be hostile. Actually, they're always hostile towards you, and the medium one will do 1 to 1.5 hearts of damage to you if you don't have any armor on. But as you can see, with our diamond armor that is enchanted with protection, it is not much, yeah, it doesn't really do all that much. So, Okay, here we have, this is the medium one again, and, okay, I'll be right back, actually. Okay, so right here, I actually finally got to the smallest one. Now, if you go into survival mode, the small ones, they will try to chase you, but they won't actually really do anything to you. They will actually, once they come in contact with you, they'll just kind of, jump up like they're super excited. But yeah, I guess that's because they're so small they can't really do anything. So as you can probably tell, you can kill these quite quickly. And that's also a little glitch I found. That I don't think they're supposed to split. So that is also why they're unlike slimes. So yeah, I will be back once I find the biggest one. Okay, so I'm back here with actually the biggest form of the Kendrell Kite. And this one has 18 health. And will do 2 to 2.5 hearts if you don't have any armor on. Which is again not a problem for us. Now, this takes just a few hits with an enchanted diamond sword to finally take it down. Okay, and that drops some experience and again, clay. So, that is it for the Kendrell Kite. Okay, now that we've gone over all the mobs, we can actually go over the 3 new blocks that have been added. The Confusion TNT, the Ender Charge, and the Concussion Charge. So this is actually, excuse me, the Confusing Charge. So now, first thing we have is the Confusing Charge, of course, which is crafted using 4 Confusing Powder in each corner, 4 Sand, and 1 Gunpowder in the middle. That will get you 1 Confusing Charge. Now, if we go over here, and if we light this up, like most things, it won't actually do any damage. I forgot we're in survival mode. So if we light it up, it will not do any damage. It will actually just give you nausea. So it gives you nausea for a few seconds, and yeah, there is the Confusing Charge. Alright, so the next TNT we have is the Ender Charge. Now you get this with, basically it's the same crafting recipe as the Confusing Charge, just replace the Confusing Powder, which again, if you can remember, you get from the Creeper, and replace that with Ender Fragment, which you can get from the Concussion Creeper or the Ender Mini. So, now, you do that, replace the Confusion Powder with the Ender Fragment, and you will get yourself 1 Ender Charge. Now, if we go over here, the Ender Charge will, again, do no damage, but what it will do is, if you're in the blast radius, it will teleport you basically a few blocks away. So, yeah, that's about it for the Ender Charge. Okay, so here we are with actually the last thing we have to go over in this mod showcase, which is the Concussion Charge. Now, the Concussion Charge is used by making 3 Confusing Powders on the bottom, 3 Ender Fragments along the top, 2 Sand to the side, and again, a Gunpowder in the middle. Now, if you cannot tell, the Concussion Charge is basically a TNT block formation of what the Concussion Creeper does. So if we light this, like all the rest, it will do no damage, but it will teleport and give me nausea, like the Concussion Creeper. So, yeah, I believe that is it for the Concussion Charge. Alright guys, so that's all that there is for this mod showcase. So, if you enjoyed, there will be a link to the mod down in the description, so definitely go check it out and support the creator, because this is a really cool mod, and he's also made some pretty awesome other mods as well that I may or may not be going over in the future. I still have to check on that one. So, yeah, I guess if you enjoyed this video, a like would be very much appreciated, and also subscribe for more mod showcases in the future, and I also will be doing other stuff like adventure maps and maybe even puzzle maps. So yeah, with that said, I will see all you guys in the next video. Bye!